Okay, so we're doing a walkthrough on Instagram right now, and these are just some people I follow, but we're going to get right into this. Here is my profile, well, the Main Street profile, and I'm going to put together some clips that I already have saved. It's going to be the same one in every one of these walkthroughs, just so you kind of get an idea how to work these systems. So I just kind of select the order I'd like these clips to appear in. You kind of have to have a game plan before you start. And you just sort of select 1, 2, 3, 4, have your clips kind of prioritized, and then when you have them all in an order that you like, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to start that editing process. So right here, I think I'm good. An annoying thing that Instagram does is it wants you to use its audio, its selected audio that's trying to promote. But if you have camera audio, then it will record right over that audio that you put in there. Used to let you bounce between the two, not so much anymore. So I just skip that. We're going to add a transition right here when we go into my forehead. I want to trim it down just a touch. So I widen it up with my 2 fingers so I can see, and I pull that little end frame in with my finger, trim it up just the tiniest bit, and then click in between. It sometimes is a little funny, but you just eventually click in between those 2 pieces of footage and it'll bring up your transitions. And you got a bunch you can select from. I really want the zoom. I'll go ahead and show you what like blur would look like, and flare and spin. You have a lot of them that you can choose from, but what I really want is that zoom transition, that very first one. We're going to go back to it. And so I set that. Now, if you press those 3 sparkles in the top right, you can get a whole bunch of effects. I don't usually like to use these, but I'll kind of show you what they do. And if you have a piece of footage that's a little dark or just kind of dreary, you can kind of zest it up with a few little color filters that they have. So I kind of like, usually I like the pretty filter, or I like the summer filter. And I'll show you what that one looks like when it's actually applied. Yep. So it's pretty, or do we want the summer? Okay, so we're going with the pretty filter. So you can play it through, and that's kind of the effect that you get. I think it looks a little weird for this footage, so I'm going to go ahead and go back into those 3 sparkles right at the top there, and I'm going to go ahead and take it off, say like no effect please, no filter, and I just take that off. Now we're going to add some text, and we just go in. I'm going to choose like a nice thick font. You can always play around with the fonts, go back and change it up. So it doesn't really matter what you select off the bat. So I'm going with this kind of cartoony looking one. You keep clicking on that A up there to get sort of different looks for each font with backgrounds and shadows and outlines. None of these are really doing it for me on this font, so I'm going to try a couple other ones to see if maybe I like something better. I kind of like this one. Let's try those variations. Oh, we got a nice clean outline. That's what now Instagram will show you where your screen is going to cut off with the text at the top and the bottom, so it gives you those nice little guidelines. Now you put your finger on that purple, and that is going to show you where the text is going to start and stop for you. Let's do the same thing with our end frame. We're going to just put some enter now text, and we're going to type that in, set it where we want it, make it nice and big with that scroll on the side. And again, those guides show you where the best placement for it's going to be right here. And now that that's set, I take that little purple strip, I figure out when I want it to start and stop. That's a good starting place. And I can just go ahead and let it run all the way through to the end. I want to add some voiceover to our little drawing section right here. So I go to the voiceover tool, and I'm going to click that little circle, and it gives you a countdown, and then you can just start recording whatever you want to say over the top. And let's preview it. So this is a little design that I came up with. I'm really into 60s retro sci-fi, and so I wanted to... Looks like the voiceover checks out, so we're going to go ahead and add some stickers right here. You can search for what you want, and I want something kind of groovy. So we'll see what they have that is in the groovy genre right here. That's pretty cool. So we'll put that over to the side there. It's going to overlap me a little bit, but that's okay, because right now we're just putting a little decoration, a little accessory, if you will, Yeah, so we just want this to catch people's eye. We want people to take a look at it. And we really want to convey that the theme of the Crazy Days t-shirt contest and Crazy Days in general is Groovy 60s for this year. There, I'll put a flower in my hair. It's very cute. And what else do we have in here? So let's take another look at some stickers that we might want to put in. I don't know. Let's try a different search this time. Let's just try 60s. Okay. So we got the 60s, we got a couple things that we might be able to use. Okay, some more flowers, and we'll go ahead and take a look at what else we could possibly put in here. Yeah, okay, and I want it to say Groovy 60s, so can we get something that says 60s? I'm not seeing anything that I'm liking yet. Something that says maybe 1960s. So let's take a look. 1960. I'm typing that in. And, oh, we got something that says 1960s. Oh, right there. The 60s. Yes. And we'll put that right there. Groovy 60s. So people know that's the theme. And luckily my fireplace is dark enough. I can put that kind of light colored sticker right up against it. And theme, I think I'm just going to go with the font tool again to write theme. Yeah, just go up here, THEME, and then I'll just go ahead and make it a little smaller with that scroll on the side, change the color, oof, no, that's too bright. Let's go see what else they have on the other side. Oh, I like that pink, I think. Yeah, there we go. And we'll put that, slide that right in there. Looks like it matches pretty good. So Groovy 60s theme, now people will know. When you have your stickers in place, go down. Now, this is an annoying thing that Instagram does, and it lets you run the sticker for the whole length of the video, but I don't want it for the whole length of the video. I want to cut it right there. So I have to go to the end and scroll it in, scroll it in, scroll it in, scroll it in. Just with your finger, just pull those little strips in one by one till you get them where you want to go. Yep. I'm only going to show you one of these because it gets monotonous. But yeah, you got to do that every time you put a sticker in. You just got to make sure it starts and stops where you want it. So I placed all my stickers and I'm going to go here to the next step. You can save draft, and that's what I'm doing. I'm saving as a draft, clicking outside of Instagram, going back into TikTok. Now I know that in TikTok, I already have the text I want saved right here. So I click these three circles here, and I can go ahead in here and go to Edit Post. Click on Edit Post, and then I can just copy paste my text that I've already entered with all my hashtags and everything. And I can just go down. You can put this in a third party like Notes or Word if you want to, whatever you want. But yeah, so I just copy, and I don't save because I don't actually want to make changes, so I just hit cancel. And I come back out of it. And then I go back into Instagram, I open up my drafts, and then I go ahead and I plug that text, copy paste it right in there. And once that's done, you want to edit your cover, and that's pretty important because that's what draws people in, is whatever silly little cover that you choose. People tend to like to see a face, even if it's a big weird face like mine. And so you just pull that in. It says Groovy 60s theme, LeGrand Crazy Days t-shirt contest. It has me. And yeah, I think that's a good one. So we click done, and then we share instead of save draft this time. And we are ready to bring this to the big wide world. Did you know that there is a t-shirt contest coming up for Crazy Days? It's true. And I am here at my monitor, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of drawing. So come with me, won't you? So this is a little design that I came up with. I'm really into 60s retro sci-fi, and so I wanted to incorporate monkeys on the run and Main Street into my design. And here you go. This is kind of a little fun thing I put together for the 60s, groovy 60s, but then I went with a mod design, you know, a little Austin Powers action. Then I went with something a little more groovy. Yeah, a little more hippie type style. But what I'm really interested in is what your designs look like. So the directions are down below. Draw those up, and you could be the official t-shirt of LeGrand Crazy Days 2024. Amazing.